Hello everyone and welcome back to the second part of beating the Ultimate Cup Z with no ability in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. In the last video I went through battles 1 through to 10, which were Phantom Gorimondo, Phantom Tropic Woods, Phantom Chloraline, Phantom King Dedede, Phantom Silly-Dillo, the two mid-boss sets, which were Wild Edge and Wild Frosty, and Florina and Wild Bonkers in the other order, and Phantom Forgo Dedede, Phantom Meta Knight, and Forgo Leon were the 10 battles that were seen in the previous video. If you want to know how to face any of those battles more easily with no ability, you should probably look at that video. But in this video I'm going to be doing the last 2 battles, starting with Morpho Knight. A bit of low health, but let's go for it. Morpho Knight is a lot like Phantom Meta Knight, in my opinion. He always likes to teleport after doing a set of 4, so don't shoot. The fire move will have a blind spot where you can jump over it. If he teleports twice and then disappears, he's going to come in and do an attack really quickly. So be aware of that. You can dodge that, it will give you a star. But be wary, it will come back. For the tornadoes, they will just get sent out. You don't have to even try and dodge that. You'll get a lot of downtime after to hit him. That's the main thing about this fight. It gives you a lot of time to hit him. If he goes floating, if he floats, don't go anywhere near him, because he will do a move that can make your controls weird, and no one really wants to deal with that. He has a move such like Phantom Meta Knight, where he will teleport, like fly back and shoot 2 beams. We haven't seen it yet. Okay, he's at half now. Most of the attacks are just jump over it. Here is where you can get a lot of damage in. Where you dodge and suck up a bunch of stars and shoot them. Here he won't even go for you. He will shoot to the sides and then make pillars of fire. You'll get a bit of time after it, not too much. Here he will go for 5 of these. The last one will be charged and it will be a bigger one. It lasts for quite a long time, so don't try and approach it. He disappears twice again, so we float, because he goes for something like that. He can also go for his normal sword slice routine after disappearing twice. This move is just that. If you're unsure, just go into one of them and dodge. Floating is very helpful in this battle. Here we get the fire. In the second phase, he will do 2 rounds of fire. You can dodge the second one. Don't try and dodge the first one most of the time, it won't end too well. The second one is the one you should dodge, because that's when he gets a bit of downtime after. And that's Morpho Knight. Damageless, by the way, I think. Was that damageless? I don't think I took damage. Anyway, now we have the hardest battle. Or at least in my opinion, it's the hardest. Even with abilities, I somehow died to this thing at full. This is Chaos Elfilis. I'm going to be taking this extra slowly because I don't want to die. Float these if you don't like them. I mean the swipes. This move can be in 3 different variations. That's one of the variations. This move she will do twice, and then dive you. This dive is very helpful. It will give you 6 amazing stars. If the spear glows red, it will shoot shockwaves. After a lot of disappearing, as you can see, the spear didn't glow red, so it wouldn't shoot shockwaves there. This variation has 2 that go underneath, and then 4 that come from the sides. The underneath ones, you will want to jump over or float over. The side ones, you can just run away from. There's 3 swipes there. I don't really know a good way to tell it's telegraphed, so just be prepared. Jump over swipes that aren't there, just to prepare yourself for when they are there. She loves to do this. I say she. The boss loves to do this thing. I'm not going to say she because I think it's genderless. The boss loves to do this thing where it will fly up, then come down. Oh, portals! Dodge, and shoot a star at the next portal if you can. Don't if you don't have to though, because you can get hit. Just float the move if you're scared of getting hit by the shockwaves. It loves to do it. It just dodges it. There's this laser move, which is kind of pathetic. You can just dodge the entire thing. Don't go where it's been though, because it will leave a track of fire. But it's kind of a pathetic move, and it will leave an explosion at the end. Nice. This one, I haven't actually explained yet. It will go based on your height. So float up, and then grab the star afterwards. Be prepared for the next onslaught of swings, because this is a thing that Chaos Elfilis will love to do. Basically, it will just keep attacking. There's this one, which can happen after a triple shockwave spin attack, where it will just stab down and then shoot out a bunch of red tornadoes. You can just dodge them. This one, always the same pattern. The first time it appears, the back one will slice, you can just float over this, and then it will do downward stabs, so you can float over that, land, float again. It's always the same. The stab that gives you 6 amazing stars, just run one direction and jump, or just dodge it. This move is completely luck based. Find the one that's real, and don't let it heal. If that ring closes all the way in, it will heal all of the health that you haven't dealt in damage. By the way, if the camera's terrible, oh, there's a 4 hit. In the second phase it will start being 4 hit. If the camera's terrible, Chaos Elfilis probably isn't doing anything. Oh, we get the lasers. Run to the end. And wait. After 5 sets, the 6th one will be delayed. You cannot float over it. That is a warning. You are unable to float that one. Again, a 4 set because it's phase 2. This boss has 2 health bars and 3 phases. These meteorites will give shockwaves. They can be a bit of a pain to dodge. Especially because immediately after, you get a 4 hit. Sometimes it will do a sneaky thing where it disappears before doing the 4th hit to delay it. So float after the 3rd hit if you are unsure that you will dodge that. Hello again, meteorites. Just like in Fecto DDD, Forgo DDD, I hope you watched that video first, because otherwise you have no idea what I'm talking about with Forgo DDD. You can use the shockwaves as a way to help you dodge. The same applies here, with the meteorites. Use the shockwaves as a way of dodging. The second time the shadow appears, it will do that move, and then the shadow will do a swipe, land, and immediately float again, because you're going to get another swipe. And don't actually, like, stay on the ground. You don't have to float it, you can jump it, but it can be a bit difficult. And then you'll get... So you get 2 swipes, one where you have to run around to dodge the spines, another swipe, and then the jumping spines. And then another swipe, because of course. And then it will dive at you, and you can sometimes kill it off of that. Now, get Dome Mouth and rotate your control stick. Apparently very loudly, because it's me. I always rotate it loudly because I need to do it quickly. That spear will home in on you, and sometimes hit you if you don't rotate quickly enough. It's not too difficult to rotate quickly enough to stop it, but you can sometimes get hit. I don't even know how much damage it does, I've never gotten hit by it. This is phase 3. It will immediately start by sucking you in. Running will not let you get sucked in. Then we get this move, which does far too much damage for my liking. Those balls around it, you can suck in and shoot at it. Once it gets to a bit of a low enough health margin, it will get flaming. You don't have to do anything here. If you have an ability, you can hit it, like Crystal Needle, you can just hold B and it will hit. But since we're doing this no ability, there's no way to hit it there. And now these rocks will fall. Make sure you're close to the centre. Climb these rocks and float. I don't think you have to float, but it makes me feel safer. But the main thing is climb the rocks and try and stay directly in the centre so you don't have to do this awkward rush to the top. After this, Chaos Elfilis will appear back in the centre. Before this move, oh, not this move. This move you just run. There's a certain move that you want to get rid of as many of these red balls as possible. This move. No, not this one. This one is the bouncing one. It's fun. You can dodge through the lasers. It will always do 2 cycles of the same thing, and then the third one will be that. This move is, I would say, the hardest move to dodge in this battle. Just kind of go where the lasers aren't, and if you want to, intentionally go towards a laser so that you can slow the game down by dodging it. Dodging is absolutely broken in this game and should be abused as much as possible. If it teleports randomly, it's going to do this move, which hurts. Oh, we've got lasers again. You can see where they're going, I don't need to explain this one. Oh, we've got sucking in again. It can get very close, but if you just run, you will not be sucked in. Oh, we get flaming ball again. Again, stand near the middle, so that you can climb up the rocks as soon as they land. Then this side. By the way, you cannot just float this, you have to climb, and often to the highest rock, in order to not get hit. Oh, this side. I think it dies here. Yes! Ow. But yes, it dies here. I think that was all of its attacks. I don't think there was another one. Yeah, off of my memory, I don't think there was another attack that it has. So, the many lasers, it's just kind of dodge everything. I don't really have much of a tip for that one other than look at the screen and dodge the lasers. But that is the Ultimate Cup Z beaten without abilities, and hopefully these tips will help you as we get the final cutscene. This is not a record time for no ability because I spent far too long talking about attacks. My record for no ability is 26 minutes, I think. 26, 22 is it? Yeah, 26:36. 30:51, but this wasn't based on speed, this was based on giving tips for bosses. And my final tip, just don't be careless. It can be very, like, tempting to be careless and just try and go for stars that you shouldn't. My biggest warning, just don't go for random stars that shouldn't be gone for, such as most of the stars in Chaos Elfilis' first two phases, because that boss is relentless in the first two phases. So if you can avoid going for stars that are risky, you should probably do it. But anyway, other than that, I think that's all I have to say about the Ultimate Cup Z. Bye everyone, see you next time for more Kirby and the Forgotten Lands challenge runs, I suppose this is. Probably damageless next. Or no ability on the other cups. Because the cup patterns, like the boss patterns, are different, and it's easier to memorise what the harder versions a lot of the time because of the grinding that you need to do for Ultimate Cup Z. Goodbye!